What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Modine, and I'm back again with another video. Dear Stonebwoy Shatta Wale is not the goal. That is the title of my video today, and you will understand why. I mean, in the past days or weeks, Stonebwoy has been in the news for lots of reasons, but basically not something that is good for his brand. But like we always say, bad publicity is good publicity, or there is no such thing as bad publicity. So we've seen that even in the last days, he's still in the trends. It might not be about him, but so long as his name is in the news, it's good. Sometimes you need these kind of things to push you out there. We understand. But where do we draw the line? I see a lot of people trying to insinuate that Stonebwoy is envious of Shatta Wale, etc. That may be true, but there is more to it than we see, actually. Stonebwoy is the type of artist that loves the accolades. They love to be put on a pedestal to say that they've achieved that, they've achieved this and that. They love the accolades that comes to being in the public light. He has never been shy from such things. You can see how even when it comes to certain awards and all that, he pushes to be at the forefront of it all the time, because that is what maybe drives him, that is what pushes him. There are some people who, even at the end of their career, when they have 1,000,000 awards, it gives them satisfaction. You understand? And perhaps that is what Stonebwoy is, and that is where he looks to. That is why anytime something that has got to do with a merit or some sort of like an award, some sort of like a prestigious mention is not tailored towards his doorstep, he's not happy. So you guys can remember the Grammy article that happened, right? This was clearly talking about hip life. And all the artists that were mentioned in there, right from the hip life days, rising up to what dancehall is or Ghana music's pertaining. I mean, Stonebwoy was never in the picture. When you talk hip life, you talk about those other guys, you understand? But just for the fact that he wants his name to be out there for any notable mention, even if it has to do with something that he is not essentially part of, he would want his name to be out there. And because of that, he is not happy with such things. Now, this way of feeling, right, may lead people to think of him differently in a lot of ways. I think Stonebwoy as an artist has done well for himself when you critically look at what he has done so far. I mean, I remember vividly one of the songs that got my attention was, is it Olumade with Tiny, right? I actually loved that song. It was like a cool song that brought out Stonebwoy's voice, that one can actually sit back and say, oh, this guy is talented, And then the song he did with Samini, the title is just not in my head right now, but you all know the very first song that came out to push him out there with Samini. Up to the climax, up to the energy, that song. I don't know if the title is Climax though, but I think it is. Samini, Stonebwoy, Climax. Beautiful song, right? Now, there are artists who want to be remembered for their impact in the industry. When you look at where Sarkodie is leading towards, Sarkodie wants to be remembered as one of the artists who maybe held the hands of other artists and brought them to the top. You understand? Now, there is a real question as to whether he's actually doing that or not. That is for another day, but that is not the topic for today, right? So, Stonebwoy, The goal is not Shatta Wale. Why am I saying that? Shatta Wale may be big. Shatta Wale may have achieved a lot of things you are aspiring to get to. But you see, Shatta Wale was himself. The mentors Shatta Wale chose, or Shatta Wale is himself because Shatta Wale is not late, right? The mentors that Shatta Wale chose, he didn't choose them to hate on them or to belittle their prowess and all that stuff. Shatta Wale chose them so that he can actually walk their path. And so, in as much as you may be thinking that people should forcefully compare your good works in alignment to that of Shatta Wale, it's the wrong thing to actually do. Very, very wrong. These are things you shouldn't even be thinking of. Why am I saying this? There was a post Stonebwoy actually did just in the last 24 hours or so on his Snapchat, where there are screenshots circulating around, posting himself on the famous on stage show in Jamaica. It's a very big platform in Jamaica, trying to make us aware that he was there 5, 6 years ago and that he's been also promoting Ghana. And all this is because of the recent buzz around Shatta Wale and what his performance in Jamaica is bringing him. You understand? See, Stonebwoy, no one is saying you've done nothing. No one is actually saying you've done nothing. You are actually doing a lot in the Ghanaian music space. However, trying to compare yourself to Shatta Wale is a no-no. Rather, learn the lines and make meaningful travels. That is what everyone is saying. That the way you travel, the way you connect yourself to people, the impact should reflect digitally on your streams. It should reflect on the very things that you do. So you see, Shatta Wale made one trip to Jamaica to meet his idol, Vybz Kartel. All of a sudden, a song that was released 2 years ago, which had 11.7 million streams, currently sits at 12.4 million streams. You see the jump. Over 700,000 streams coming in for just one video. And that is the Shatta Wale On God song. And you see that meetup currently is making On God and other Shatta Wale songs trend in Jamaica and around the Caribbean. That is the extent of partnerships we are talking about. So when you find your way to make it to the Grammy stage, to sit in the Grammy auditorium, and you are working your connections, people are looking at the angle that it shouldn't only be about pictures, but it should be meaningful connections that contribute to your streams. You understand? I mean, some of those trips are the ones that got you the signing deal with your record label, which we do know makes sense to an extent. But do not forget, this is where the pressure is. You are with a record label, whether it's just on the distribution front or whatever the actual deal is, you are partnered with a distribution deal, and Shatta Wale is still independent. So don't let that get to you. Everybody is working on a different trajectory. But the way you make the thing sound is as if you are envious of him. And if you are, then perhaps you should redivert everything, divert your attention, recalibrate your system, and focus on you. The Stonebwoy I know, I will always qualify as a reggae artist. Stonebwoy is not a dancehall artist. Yes, he may have some influences and try to put in some swings over there. You see, 1 or 2 times, just change a few things. That doesn't make him a dancehall artist. Stonebwoy, to his natural setting, at best, will say the pure influence is reggae. And currently, there is no one holding the torch for Ghana. And even when you go to Africa, the oldies are going out of the system. The Alpha Blondies, they are going out of the system. Lucky Dube we know is dead, long and gone. The only Ghanaian reggae person we know is Rocky Dauni. But Rocky Dauni has been recording out of Ghana. Rocky Dauni is based in the United States. And so you can actually take this and harness that power because you have the voice, you have the mental capacity to actually do very good reggae songs, and overall, you have that performance ability to drive home the crowd when you are on international platforms. That should be the goal. And that will earn you more accolades because it will be a space where you function alone and you will have zero to no competition at all. Let's just put it that way. And you will be the king over there. But you see the way it's going right now, it looks as if you are envious of Shatta Wale. And that's what people will be saying because of the things you've been saying. Recently, you were on a show. There's this vivid... Nowadays, I don't like putting in excerpts of things on my videos because of copyright. If you guys know how I started and the copyright issues I've been through, that's why I try not to put much things over there. So most of the things I say here, I'll try to picture it for you, draw an imaginative picture so that you can go and make your own search online as well. But I'll give it a breakdown as to what I think about the whole thing. You were recently at a concert where it looks to be like a poolside type of event. And you were talking about, come on, bro, do you know how many times I've been to Jamaica? Do you know how many collaborations I've had with Jamaican artists? It's like trying to say that I've been there, done that. But the truth is that before you went to Jamaica, Shatta Wale was there. Shatta Wale actually featured 2 mainstream artists. Actually, let me backtrack. Up and coming artists. And now one of them is super mainstream, contesting the crown for dancehall queen of Jamaica and the world, Shensia. When Shatta Wale was featured by Sensia, she was looking for that break. She wasn't the top-notch name we know today in the music business. That should tell you how big and of a regard they have for Shatta Wale. And that value, you see, got that credibility from here, from Africa, and shot her up there. You understand? And so the thing is that when you link up with people, where is the benefit coming from? And so when you're trying to say that you can feature 40 artists, but what is that getting you to? Are those 40 artists of such influence? You know, we have artists that have the name, but don't have the influence. You know, when you look at the Ghanaian music scene, there are artists that have the name, but don't have the influence necessarily to carry you along. You know, when you do songs with them, people will listen to you, but they won't give you the numbers you need. They won't give you that foothold in the country. Every country has that. And there are some names when you work with, it will shoot you up. And so the thing is that when you're making the connections, make the connections with those that will shoot you up. Now, across all platforms, on God alone, just from this whole... See, today is the 11th of January. From 31st till now, it's like 11, 12 days, let's just say. Less than 2 weeks after Shatta Wale's appearance in Jamaica, the On God song alone has made over 1 million streams. This is money. This is new fan base. And now he has a viral song in the Caribbean. Now guess what? The next time Shatta Wale is going to step foot over there, if you are bringing him on board and he says he needs X amount of money, you know how big he is. Now look at how Shatta Wale is strategically placing his cards and playing his cards. Shatta Wale went over there, showed his lifestyle, rode in a, or let's say flew in a private jet. Now went on stage, showed what he can command on stage, has songs for days. Now that people are digging up Shatta Wale's catalog, they see that no, this guy is actually having lots of songs. And so it's not just On God that is trending. Ayo is trending. Other dancehall songs of Shatta Wale are trending. And Shatta Wale over the years did work with other artists. He plugged himself carefully with some Jamaican producers. that have mileage and have all those songs, working with Not Nice, for example, Gold Up is also an example, and pushing himself out there. Yeah. And there's one guy, Something Jones, a dancehall girl, he came to one and rock my world, that song, Epic Jones. Shatta Wale was just connecting himself with, and today, now that the chance has opened, people know that when you go into the catalog, he has numerous songs. He's not going to force himself to be bringing out new songs because he's worked over the years for this opportunity. And so those songs were made for Will Now Connect. That is the level you are supposed to get to. You know, the footprint is there. The blueprint is there. Follow through and build your own. You understand? So that when the time comes, you will take up that mantle. So right now, if someone contacts Shatta Wale and says he wants to perform over there, they know. He came home, he unveiled his mansion. When you look at the house Shatta Wale bought, if he's telling you that I'm not traveling from my county to come and perform for you for $20,000, you will understand. Because ask yourself, coming in with the private jet, how much is it going to cost? The house he lives in, over $2.5 million he bought it. So you think when you're offering him $20,000, it's a good stimulant for him to get out from his bed, ride all the way to the airport and fly all the way to Jamaica and come and perform simply because you want to give him $20,000? No. He's charging you based on his value and his projections as a business person. And that is where we should build our things to. You know, some of these things that you're putting out there, the rants and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I want you to be yourself. Be yourself and showcase what you have and let people love you for who you are. If you're for the streets, let them know. But don't be two-sided, Stonebwoy, because you are an amazing artist. And I think if you lay hold of the reggae side of yours, and also you tap into, let's say, a little bit of the high life and all that stuff, you will win lots of hearts. It's not every artist that is supposed to be a global icon. It's not every politician who is supposed to rise to be the president. Some will make the mark as being the attorney general, and that will stay in their books forever. Some will rise to speakership as the speaker of parliament, and that will be what will sell them and their entire generation. Some will rise to be the assembly heads or even be the DCEs, whatsoever. It's not every political journey that is supposed to land in the presidency. And likewise, it's not every artist who is supposed to rise to be a global icon. You can brighten the corner right where you are. And that is what you should be aiming at. Shatta Wale is not the goal. You can look at Shatta Wale as the goal based on the footprint, based on the blueprint, so that you follow suit and find yourself, your true self, and where you want to get to. Sometimes we can confuse ourselves with a lot of things. I understand. We are all like that. But Shatta Wale's longevity in this game and what he has done, what he has seen, you are yet to see some of them. And so what informs his decisions to move in a particular light, you may not know. Let your true, authentic story drive you. That is all I gotta say. If you have something to say, let me hear your opinion on all these discussions in the comment section below. My name is Modine. Like you always know on this channel, it's always about positivity. If anybody comes to you with a negative vibe, turn around with a smile and say, peace out.